Okay, we're now going to do emergency preparedness. You're on now.
Hey, John. So Bob wants to do a abbreviated version of our
Yeah, give the pitch.
So don't forget, if you want to get on these, we can get together and go to a big ham fest.
All right, get to introduce yourselves with the call sign and go for it.
Hi, I'm Kate Hammond, KC-Y, from the Helpin here in Vermont. I manage healthcare preparedness program and provide support to the medical research program.
My name's John Holt. My call sign is Victor 1, and I'm a volunteer for Kate's crew.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay, now give us a brief description of what you guys do and what you're looking for as far as volunteers.
Emergency communications, primarily for healthcare facilities. We're looking for hands to staff at stations on the small in the healthcare facilities. All 16 hospitals now. Health department office. That's basically what we're about.
Excellent.
We also do special events. So special events in your community might include something like the sled dog race that was recently held up in the Morrisville area, where the Medical Reserve Corps had a first aid tent to provide first aid for anyone who's needing it, and also race communications for the sled dog race. So there might be a community opportunity. I think maybe, John, do you want to talk about the eclipse that we had here in Vermont a couple of years ago and how we supported that for healthcare?
So during the eclipse, there were 160,000 additional people. Every one of them wrote the song. They all came to look at the eclipse. And we wanted to send a photograph of it. And it was somewhere else. So that cell network, the network of Vermont, went away for most of the day. So if you were counting on yourself to get rescued from some situation or make some kind of a phone call that related to health and welfare, it wasn't going to work. So the Emergency Communications Organization at the time activated the healthcare network, the healthcare facility networks, and all the hospitals across northern Vermont came on the air, utilizing the amateur radio supporters repeatedly, which didn't go down because the only people using it were licensed hands, and they're relatively disciplined compared to the general public.
Relatively.
Right. So, and that network stayed up. Additionally, other volunteers that weren't at hospitals who had radios were able to check in and to make sure that there was communication in various locations of the state. That's what we did during the
Yeah, I was at the UVM hospital during that 8-hour shift. And the cell phones in Burlington did go down when the eclipse started happening because everybody was trying to live stream it.
That's right.
And that's a great example of a camp event where we might have amateur radio operators staffing in hospitals. But knowing Vermont's history and how we look at our hazard vulnerability assessment for our area is that Vermont has a long history of flooding, ice storms, severe weather events that could cause long-term power outages. And Bob, maybe you can see the screen here. John has shared a picture of downtown Montpelier, which is a not too unfamiliar sight every few years when our state's capital experiences significant flooding. There are other opportunities here in Vermont for, earthquakes and other type events that have not been as severe here in Vermont, but we don't know what our future will be. But we know that our future with amateur radio, at least will provide us some secure communications to be able to stay in contact during this emergency.
Yeah, ice storms are probably the worst.
Ice storm.
Okay.
1998 ice storm.
Yes. Nobody had power for a week.
Some places longer than a week, but yes, not only Vermont but Northern New York. A lot of dairy farms were in dire straits.
And although the Medical Reserve Corps primarily supports healthcare and public health in Vermont, we imagine that most of the types of disasters that Vermont would experience do impact healthcare and public health, and our ability to get supplies to hospitals, transfer patients from hospital to hospital, and also the basic needs, including safe drinking water and other things that the health department is responsible for which the Medical Reserve Corps helps support with volunteers.
Excellent.
Amateurs. Nobody else. Amateurs can operate very, very lowest of frequencies where, where the Navy operates submarine up to light waves and everything in between. We don't own the holes of it. We have slices of it, so that no matter what happens at any time, there will be some frequency where we get decent propagation, right? So you can't buy that.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a volunteer who can operate under all kinds of conditions and come up with something that worked during an emergency, it's going to be an amateur radio.
Yeah.
And a lot of hands don't remember that.
Yeah.
So we are the amateur radio service.
We are.
We need to remember that.
And if you look at the, we operate under Part 94, and the very first paragraph of Part 94 says that's what we're there for emergency communications.
It's a big piece of it.
It is.
So that's the point of this story.
Excellent.
Don't do it. Amateurs can. But you gotta catch that. Amateur radio works and nothing else does.
That's right.
So that's the phrase.
And the benefit of Medical Reserve Corps is that we do have the ability to provide credentials by doing background checks for our members, having some organization ability to deploy. We also have a notification system where we reach out to our volunteers to let them know when volunteer opportunities or emergencies are happening. We have some different vests that are available to identify you as a Medical Reserve Corps member. We have our polo shirts help us understand that we are recognized members of a community to support emergency operations. And we really happy to invest.
Indeed, we need volunteers.
It's the story. This is a recruiting thing.
Indeed, it is. Okay, thanks a lot. And I guess I'm going to, right now, instead of ending this Zoom session, I'm going to walk down the hall and show folks what's going on at HamCon in Colchester 2026. Go. The hallway, this is N1FBZ, who is working to help people identify problems with equipment. He's got a service monitor and he's here to help. And we have 2 forum rooms with the regular forums going on and lots of people wandering the halls. This is the, at times, the very crowded room where people sell stuff. And a lot of empty tables because HamCon is almost over, but there's still an awful lot of stuff here that people are trying to sell and some really good deals to be made. And there's the Ranby table, the club sponsoring HamCon has their own table to sell stuff for Ranby members. And here's a good shot of all the stuff that's left. HamCon is almost over and there's lots of good things to buy still. Okay, excellent. All right, I'm going to stop the Zoom session and I'll be back in a short while to give a short talk on the Arden Network that Zach is going to talk about. So I will see you guys later.